10:19 Thursday night, just got home from the Dallas business presentation, which was another doozy. It was a great evening. We had some great speakers up there, closed out by executive consultant Peter Luder. Always does a fantastic job telling us the story of his move from Poland over to Chicago with $45 in his pocket. And there he is now, a millionaire in Ambit. You got to love that. So we all came away feeling really pumped in that. And had about 14 people there myself, which I was very happy about. Got some great momentum starting, and that was just kind of in one team who were exercising the purge call that we're currently doing right now. So I'm very happy. And of course, we have a wonderful, very special, probably exhausted, absolutely exhausted regional consultant and carpet cleaner extraordinaire, Frank Schindler. Are you there, Frank? How are you doing, man? Are you
I am. Oh, thank you for that great introduction. I feel so humbled.
Man,
wait till I get to be executive. See?
Oh yeah. Executive carpet cleaner extraordinaire, Mr.
Oh yeah.
How would that sound?
That's right. That sounds even better.
So Frank, is your poor young body broken today?
You know what? I'm quite amazed. I did as you mentioned. I have a very, very large carpet cleaning job I'm doing for a church, and it's actually a church where I was on staff for several years, and it's about 15 to 20,000 square feet that we're doing, and I did between 5,500 and 6,000 square feet myself today, and guys, it's absolutely back-breaking. So I've got two back braces, and I've got ice in my back constantly. But I'm feeling really, really good tonight, and I think part of that's because I had such a good evening, or a pretty good evening with Ambit, and so it's I'm doing great.
Awesome. Well, that's good. So for those of you out there that said, "Oh, I've had a long day at work," because you've had an 8-hour day, and God bless you. You know, an 8-hour day is a long day. I get that. But we have a gentleman who, and I hope I'm not being rude, but who's pushing 70, who's pushing a carpet cleaning device. He's got some help as well, of course. 5,500 square foot. He was up at 5. It's now 10:22. Still got his purge calls done. Well, I'm hoping. I don't know yet because I'm going to find out. But judging by your buoyant mood, I'm assuming you managed to get some stuff done.
Oh, was I supposed to do calls? Oh my gosh, that's no idea. I forgot what we were doing.
That would be, oh my God.
Don't we have fun in this business though? Oh my gosh, this is so much fun.
This is work.
Yeah.
Dude, this is work.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, most business presentations are as lighthearted as this. Even if you have someone who's a little more serious, it still is. This is work, you know. We haven't got that, constant. I never look at the clock. Sometimes I go during the day and I don't know. Obviously, I'm full time on Ambit now. I don't know what time it is, and very often I don't know what day it is. I'm not saying that because I've got so much time. No. I'm rushing around like crazy because I've got some big goals, with what's going on. But I truly, genuinely, from the heart, enjoy this so much that I'm not looking at the clock thinking, when can I go home?
Right.
So that's great. So anyway, so again, Purge Call is wonderful for putting structure in place, because even though Mr. Bionic Steve Austin, Bionic Man, the $1 million man, got 5,500 square feet of carpet cleaned, he still got his call done because he got it in his calendar. That is awesome. Now tell me about your day, and boy, it better be good after this build-up.
Oh yeah, well, and I didn't even tell you that after I got done cleaning carpet, I cleaned a 12,000 square foot building that we maintain on a biweekly basis. So yeah, it's been
exhausted.
So I got home. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm feeling really good. But my wife went and actually helped me clean that building, and then we came home, and I guess we got home about 6, and I started in with Ambit, and after a few minutes rest, and so we took off and made some calls, and I think we had some success today. So we're good. So yeah.
All right. Let me hear all about it.
Okay, well, I'm doing some again. I think follow-up is absolutely essential. You know, they used to say, or they still say, that fortune's in the follow-up, and I truly believe that. And so, one of the things that we were doing we were making those voicemail calls and setting those up. And one young man that actually, I was on his third. This was actually yesterday, and we didn't talk about this, but I wanted to pick it up because I thought it was really, really good. And he's a young man that I've tried on numerous occasions to make contact. He's the professional photographer that we talked about, and he actually got a hold of me yesterday late and said, you know what, I'm on vacation this week, and I'd love to talk to you the first of the week. So that was a very, very good plus. That was Zach, and so we're excited about that one.
Take that.
The other one. Go ahead.
That one, by the way. Add that to your score. That's a goal. You scored a goal there.
Yeah.
Take that one.
And man, I've got them all over the place. So another fall. This was a lady that I'd met in the Sears Outlet store. Her name was Gloria, and so I'd actually contacted her on a couple of occasions in the last month, and I really intensified this. And the way that happened was that she's been a friend of mine for a year or so, and so I just began to share with her a little bit about the Ambit story. Actually, what happened was there was a young man that was standing there with her, and he said something about it, that he has Ambit and he loves it, and so she got all excited, and so it kind of let the cat out of the bag. But what took place was that we had called her last week, and this week I tried again to get a hold of her. She had made a commitment to be with us in a presentation at my home, and that didn't work out for her last week, so we were trying to follow through with that. So
okay, good.
So I'm thinking that's pretty good. This next one is this is my senator friend, and I got to tell you, Richard, and the folks that are listening, this is he's actually a former senator, and he lives right just within a mile of me, and we got to be friends back in before the election. And anyway, I had a script all written out. It was really nice and pretty and everything. And all of a sudden, I realized I needed to really build a relationship, a much better relationship. I'd been in his home, and I'd also we talked on the phone a couple of times, and so I called him up. I caught him on the drive home, and I basically told him the same thing that I've been telling everybody. Hey, I've only got a minute, and I was excited to get a hold of you. And I said, I really felt it was important that I build a relationship with you. And he just went, he was all smiles over the phone. You could tell it. And I said, I tell you what I'd like to do with you. I'd like to take you to lunch next Tuesday. Will that work for you? And he said, well, I don't have my calendar. And so as soon as I do, I will get back to you. And so he's going to get back to me tomorrow, and we're going to build a relationship. And from that, I'm hoping that we'll be able to share with him this incredible story. So that was a little bit of a diversion. What do you think?
No,
give me your thought on that one.
Absolutely perfect. I would have done exactly the same thing. And again, I refer to the team call we had with executive consultant Paul Jenkins. That's how he's built his business, is just building the relationship, creating the trust, creating the I want to help you feeling to each other. You want to help him, he wants to help you. And if you don't build that first, you're in severe danger of just being insincere and it falling on deaf ears. Because we obviously don't know if this senator is going to be, if it's going to be his cup of tea or not, and that's fine. But if you've created the relationship first, you've shown him respect, he will respect you. And so even if he doesn't want to do it, he's going to be much more likely to refer you because he knows you're not one of those guys who's going to embarrass him or anything like that. And I think, I truly, I think you just basically lived out the conversation, a big part of the conversation that Paul and I were having on the team call about taking the time, having patience with certain individuals, not everybody, but in this particular case, you felt it. I need to build a relationship. Agreed, 100%. I would have done exactly the same thing. So good for you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. He's such a lovely, lovely man, and so it was very easy to have conversation with him. And he's genuine. He really is. He truly is. So, excuse me.
Okay, fantastic. So what have we got next?
Oh, okay. Well, this is my dear friend, Pastor Joseph, who was at a very large church in the Arlington area. He was on staff there for many years and moved to Houston. And so I had come up with a really interesting script with him, and it absolutely flowed. I didn't even really look at my script, but it absolutely flowed beautifully. And I said he was also on his way home, and I said, it's so good to finally get a hold of you. We've been trying to make contact on several occasions. I said, I just really don't have a lot of time. I've got to get on a conference call in just a few minutes, but we can catch up later. And I said, I'm actually thinking about coming down to Houston to visit with you. But I needed to really share with you what my wife Sandy and I are doing. We're doing an extraordinary project that's helping us to build some residual income part-time to supplement our retirement. And so I value your opinion, and I really mean this, because he is an extraordinary man. And I said, I really value your opinion. I don't know if this is something that you would do. It may not be for you, but with all of your connections, I believe that you could possibly maybe connect me with some people in the Houston area. I'm trying to expand in the Houston area. So would you mind just taking a look at this? And could we do it I knew I was going to have so much tonight. I said, can we do this tomorrow night? And he said, absolutely. I am more than happy to do this. And I said, well, what's a good time? He said, well, let's do, I said, is 7 o'clock okay? And he said, no. He said, actually, can we do it at 6? So we have set up a presentation, and I just simply told him to be at his computer. And at 6 o'clock, I'm going to text him. I also told him I would text him about 10 minutes before, and just as a reminder. And so Pastor Joseph is going to be with us looking at the opportunity tomorrow. So what's your pull on that one?
Okay. Did you follow all 5 guidelines in there?
Oh, absolutely. Every one of them.
Yeah, you did. So I give you 100%. Absolutely perfect. I was listening. I was smiling. I'm thinking, it's like you're my protege child. As you're kind of at the beginning of the movie, you're messing up, and this isn't going right, and I feel like I'm beating you up and this everything, and here you are blossoming, like this. These wings are great.
Oh my gosh! Folks, he even sings.
But that was perfect. I might have slightly tuned one thing, but I think that's a personality thing. I think you're a different personality than me. You said, would you mind taking a look at? I would say I would like you to take a look at. It's slightly different,
yes,
but I think that's who you are, and I think you know him well, and I think it fits you and the invite perfectly. No, 100%. I couldn't agree more. I think that was just bang on, and let me tell you, when you do it right, it's real simple, and it works. It works. And it did. You did, and it did. So great. Fantastic. Over the moon.
Well, yeah, and one of the things that I've noticed about each one of these that I've been going through this process with you and doing the 5 steps, and every single one of them, when I've left the call after setting up an appointment, these folks have literally been almost, you can tell they're just joyful. It's like, what have you given me? And it's just like this incredible gift, and we just don't know what we've got here, folks. It's just so amazing, and if you do it right, you don't lose friends, and I think that's a valuable point.
Well said, Frank. That's absolutely right. If you do it right, you won't lose friends. And you know what's also interesting is you said, you if you do it right, and you have people, they're almost joyful, and you don't realize what you've got. But that's not always the case, and this is what's important with this invite, because the invite has been put together for feeling good about a yes and feeling okay about a no. Very often, if you do the invite wrong, like it's a little too pushy, you're a little too excited, and you can feel the awkwardness coming in because you sound like you just drunk the latest Kool-Aid and this type of thing, and the conversation gets awkward, you come off the phone feeling a little bit embarrassed, you've had a little bit of the power stolen from you, you feel very rejected. This invite avoids that. Now, again, we're disappointed that they didn't say yes to the business or didn't want to look or had something negative. Oh, I know what you're talking about. This is, but it's okay because the invite has been put together so that even if it's a yes, it's awesome. But even if it's a no, it's kind of okay. It's actually okay. You didn't steal the power from me because I already told you it may not be for you. So I think that's the real value in this is that bearing in mind that probably more people are going to say no than yes. If you can have an invite that makes the no really okay, then that sounds like a good invite to me. So
yeah, it does to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah.
Well done. Good boy. That's fantastic. As I say, I picture in a little schoolboy's outfit with a little cap on, a wood protege, and you feel like I've just given you an A+.
That is
well done.
I got this little white brimmed hat with a black ribbon on it. I can see myself in that.
That's it. You got it
for sure.
Exactly what it is. So good for you.
Hey,
did you manage to get anything else done today?
Oh yeah. Let me kind of veer off just for a second because right in the middle of all of these calls that I'm making, and by the way, folks, this only took. I probably maybe spent an hour or so because I was really beaten. I almost fell asleep a few minutes ago waiting on Richard to get home so I could do this call. But this is the other interesting part. I'm mentoring one of our newest consultants, and I mentioned him a couple of times. That's Ron Stroud. He is doing an extraordinary job. We connect every single day on accountability. That was his idea. And he came to me, and that says this guy is serious about this business. But here's what happened. I'm in the middle of these calls, and all of a sudden I look down, and Ron is calling me, and he said, I've got an appointment at 7:40, and I said, well, what do you mean you got an appointment? He said, yeah, I've got to make this call. And I said, what have you done on your script? And so I said, he began to give me a little bit of the script, and I began to correct him just like you corrected me. And I said, this has to be, here's the word, duplicatable. You have to make it simple and duplicatable, and all those 5 points have to be in there. So I said, you need to change this, and you need to change this, and you need to change this. And when you get it rewritten, you text me back, and I'll call you back because I'll be in the middle of another call. Well, he did, and we went over his script one more time. About that time, I got another call from one of my customers, and so I had to take that. And in the meanwhile, he calls me back and he said, "Hey, it worked. I got an appointment to go up to Allen on Monday. Will you go with me?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Can you say duplicatable?
Well, I'm doing it. He's doing it. That's perfect. Isn't that cool? Isn't it?
And you know what? That is
so cool.
So first of all, congratulations to Ron. That's fantastic. And obviously, he's doing the PURGE system with you, right? So he's doing the same rules, same everything else. And the thing is, if it works once like that, it can work 1,000 times. It's just the same thing. Mm-hmm. So guys, work with your downline. You're obviously doing the PURGE calls for yourself, but be cognizant of thinking, well, I'm going to be an accountability partner to that person when they join. So exactly as Frank has been with Ron. That's fantastic. That is really, really awesome. Tell Ron congratulations, and I'm proud of him And he can be my other little schoolboy with his a little protege. He can be my little schoolboy protege.
You know what? He'll do a great job for you. He would be your victim for sure. He would do a great job, even being new like that. So that's a possibility, and kind of follow through with him. But yeah, that was an amazing evening, and I was just so pleased with Ron, and so yeah, we set that appointment and another one too. So anyway, yeah, we've got let me see. I made a couple more calls to follow up on some people. One was Ernestine and Roland that had been in my presentation here in my home on Sunday. And we did a validation with Alan Johnston on that one, and also gave them a Success from Home magazine. And how I approached that was, I will follow up with you on Thursday. I want my magazine back if you're not going to need it. And so I called them tonight, left a message because they didn't respond, and I'll call them again tomorrow, and I'll keep, I'll do the whatever I need to do to get back with them.
Okay, good.
Anyway, one more, and this is a young fella that is we did ministry together, and we did some seminars together, and some seminars that I actually put together for a ministry with him and his father. And so we got to be good friends, but I hadn't talked to him in probably a couple of years. And he lives in San Antonio. So what would you do with that? I said, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, wait a minute, this guy knows a lot of people, and he's in business. He works for a very large corporation. I won't mention the name because it would be an advertisement, but it's very large, and he's in management position in corporate. Mm-hmm. And so I called him up, and this is my script. Hey, hi, Hebron, it's Pastor Frank. I know we haven't talked for a while, and but I'm getting ready to go on a conference call, so I really can't go into a lot right now. I want to catch up with you a little bit later. And now let me understand. You're in the San Antonio area, right? And he said, yeah, but not for long. There's the key. Not for long, only another 30 days. His wife is here in the Rockwall area, and with their 2 kids, and I didn't really know this, but I said, you know what? I said, this is really, I want to really get with you and share with you some ministry things, but I got to tell you that Sandy and I are really excited about a new project that we're doing, and I really, really value you as a friend. You have great integrity, but you also have really good connections. And so I would love for you just to simply, and it may not be for you, and he's actually he's Indian, but he was born in Britain. So I said, it might not be your cup of tea. Nice. And he just sort of laughed about that. And I said, but you know what? With all the connections, you may be able to really, really help us out here. He said, oh, that really sounds great. And I said, what I'd like to do is I'd like to set a time with you. How does tomorrow evening sound? I know his wife is here, and he's alone at night. See, so he's free. So I said, "What is 7:00 good?" He said, "Well, actually, that wouldn't be too bad, but can you do 7:30?" And I said, "Well," he took the words right out of my mouth, and so we set that appointment. So we're going to be doing that with Hebron tomorrow. He thanked me profusely for me calling and making the connection with him, and also for the opportunity for him to look and give his opinion on what we're doing. And it was fun. I mean, he was another guy that was just, wow, thank you so much for calling. And I go, whoa, this is cool. So that was Hebron.
And that's fantastic. And again, I think because there's no feel of sell to the invite, I think that's why it feels like conversation and being invited to take a look at something that you're excited about. That's different than a pitch. So I think this is a genuine invite, not a pitch. And I think that's why people respond positively. Great job. I think you did a great job again. Can't fault it. I think it fits perfectly with your personality. I mean, truly. And there I was at the beginning of the week and Sunday kind of ripping you apart, and now I've got nothing to fault. I mean, it's perfect. You're doing great. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
So are you saying that I'm out of the corner and I got the dunce hat off now?
I haven't said that yet. All right.
Oh. You and I have so much fun together, brother.
Frank, let me tell you, my mum would be giving me such a hard time about not respecting my elders right now because I'm from the old school, and my mum is very much like that. And here I am being a little bit cheeky with someone who's older than me, who I obviously love you and respect you, but I'm being a bit naughty. So my mum, thank God my mum's not on this call. I'd be in the corner with you. for being
well, I tell you,
I'm just playing.
Yes, I know, and but that was pretty much my evening, and I think it was extremely productive. I felt so good when I got done, even though I'd been was a bit tired, and I'm really energized right now, and so I think that's something that's really important. Is that when you do it and you do it right, it really does build your energy, and it does. You can carry that success from one day to the other. And that's the big point. I kept thinking, okay, well, Monday I'm going to take it easy because I don't have to answer to Richard. But all of a sudden I got convicted. On that. I said, no, why would I do that? That's really stupid. So Monday comes around. I don't need to answer to anybody except probably to Ron. And we're going to make that happen as well. So that's
well, you should.
That's
if
kind of my
working for you. Now, I know it's probably not going to be as intense when you carry on, but you should really, if you're expecting your team to do the purge call with you, then you need to be doing it too. I do the purge call. I do my purge week. I have my 10 names. I do my 2 invites, and I purge my list at the end of the week. I plug them in, and I've got incredible momentum going on. And those people are doing the same thing. So a great way to get accountability is to get it in the other direction as well, by the way. If you say to Ron, I will be your accountability partner, I will, like you already have, then you've got inbuilt accountability. Trust me. I mean, it's just like amazing. Like I have 5 people I picked. It's actually grown now, the numbers, but I don't want too much because it gets too much work. But I've taken 5 people from my EC code. And on Sundays, we get our week ready, and I help them do the invites and everything. You want to be accountable, then force yourself and put yourself in that position where 5 people who are hoping and praying you are going to be the guy who's going to help them get out of the trap that they're in life. You better be there to help them do that. Otherwise, not only are you being unreliable, but you might be really hurting somebody because they're putting so much faith in you. For you to be the person that's going to just say, try changing your well, first of all, not even helping them with their invites, but to be there when they call. So if you want to make yourself accountable, this is to the people out there, not just to you, Frank, but have these people underneath you commit to you that they're going to do the purge call. Then, boy, you better be there to be the accountability partner. It's a great way to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. And it really will flow well, and you've got to be consistent on this thing. It's got to be a daily thing, just like you go to a job, and that's really what this is. This is so much better than the normal job. And I tell folks, I may have said this before, but I think it bears repeating. If I was going to open a pizza shop, wouldn't I call all my friends and relatives to come and taste my pizza? That would make sense to me. This is better than that. I don't have to go into business and open up a storefront or any of that. This is it's just a matter of applying yourself and being consistent on a daily basis.
Yeah, and that's actually not even a supposition or an analogy for me. When I opened the Dickey's Barbecue restaurants, that's exactly what I did, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Come support my business. Bring some friends, bring some family. You don't mind doing that. This is no different. And as you say, I had to spend $300,000 to get that to do that. But
man, yeah, and that big old thick book that you have to read on how to run your business. It's crazy. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, my friend. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Any other things you managed to do tonight that we need to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we're really up to speed on it. I think we're, I'm feeling real good about things, and so yeah, I don't really have any questions at this moment. I may have some tomorrow or on Sunday, but for right now, I'm feeling really good about what we've accomplished this week, and
cool.
Got a lot of stars by people. So yeah, that's cool.
I like it. Well, I am very sad about one thing.
What's that?
Pastor, Father, I'm very sad about one thing. I'm sad that tomorrow's our last day.
Well, it may be the last day on the call, but it won't be the last day for us. I'll tell you that
oh my
right
gosh,
now.
No.
You're actually stuck with me.
You know, that actually has been a byproduct of these calls is that the alumni, during this week, we get to become really good friends. And I've created relationships. I had relationships before, but we get real close kind of this week. So, Frank, you and I, best buddies now, BFF.
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate it so much. So,
all right. Okay, man.
Yep.
Well, I'll let you go. I know you're tired. Have a good sleep tonight, and we'll be on the call tomorrow. I do have some late appointments again. I mean, I'm wall-to-wall appointments right now. While we got these triple bonuses going, and I feel real momentum in the DFW area. So I am going I'm just crazy. Everything's up against the wall to make sure I get these things done, and I'm wall-to-wall appointments. So I may be a little later again tomorrow night, but I will see you tomorrow night. And don't work too hard tomorrow, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and that's our daily MO anyway. Was working until what time is it now? 11 o'clock or something like that. But yeah, it's just all good. So thank you so much, Richard, for all you do.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for saying so, and have a good night, my friend.
Thank you. You too. Good night.
All right, good night.